This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All your support is greatly appreciated.
This is the Deborah Weiss moment, brought to you by the Glazov Gang. My name is Deborah Weiss. I'm an attorney, a 9/11 survivor, and many chocolate chip cookies ago, I attended American Ballet Theater School, a professional ballet school. Recently, I wrote an article titled Ballet Jihad, published in Front Page magazine. It's about a 14-year-old girl in Sydney, Australia, named Stephanie Cutler, whose family converted to Islam. Stephanie took ballet classes her whole entire life and aspired to become a professional ballet dancer. Though there's little evidence to suggest that she was of professional caliber, she blamed her lack of professional training on her hijab, claiming that no professional school would allow her to wear it due to, quote, Islamophobia and ignorance. Stephanie announced that her goal was to become the first professional hijabbed ballet dancer in the world and then start a school which would cater to religious and ethnic minorities. She believes that she can bring the world together in harmony and acceptance by allowing hijabs into the dance studio. She admits that ballet might require additional, quote, adjustments, costumes, and choreography to accommodate Islamic beliefs. The problem is that the adjustments Stephanie demands constitute much more than a simple religious accommodation for employees. They're ultimately designed to change, even obliterate, the age-old art of ballet we know it. Ballet dancers work on stage. The entire cast, according to ballet, has to wear the same costumes and do the same steps. It's not an individual art where people can just go on stage and do their own thing. It has centuries-old choreography by well-known choreographers. Should we change the steps to Swan Lake because they're not Islamic enough? Or would it mean that one swan will do different steps, or all the swans have to have different steps, which is basically changing this Swan Lake choreography? Either way, it's a problem. At what point is choreography change no longer the original ballet? Should we decimate the works of choreographers by Petipa, George Balanchine, Agnes DeMille, and Jerome Robbins in order to accommodate Islamic preferences? Stephanie says that girls shouldn't have to choose between their religious beliefs and achieving their goals to become professional ballerinas. Yet clearly, the world of ballet and Islam are in total conflict. So if girls want to be professional ballet dancers, they do indeed have to choose. It's either Sharia or ballet. Pretty much everything about ballet is forbidden in Islam. There are no professional ballet companies in the West that perform only classical ballet with long tutus. Although even with those tutus, the shoulders and the neck are laid bare. All companies also perform in short tutus or leotards and tights, form-fitting costumes that are considered un-Islamic. And the choreography of even the most classical of ballets includes steps that would be considered immodest in Islam. Were Stephanie talented enough to rise to the highest ranks of a principal dancer, her problems would only increase. Principal dancers primarily perform partnering work, which requires the male partner to touch and hold the woman's body in all kinds of ways totally forbidden in Islam. Mixed gender dancing is prohibited in Islam. Women are not allowed to perform in front of men. And the Western music, which accompanies ballets, even if it's Tchaikovsky or Chopin, is also considered un-Islamic. The fact is that despite Stephanie's protestations, dancing itself is considered haram, or forbidden, in Sharia. And it's not just barroom dancing or sexy burlesque dancing that's forbidden either. It includes the timeless art of ballet as well. Nevertheless, Stephanie launched an online fundraising campaign to pay for her professional training. She caught the attention of the international media, and eventually the Bjorn Borg apparel company, named after the famous tennis player, awarded her the Game Changer Scholarship to cover the cost of her ballet training. Oddly, there were no articles which stated what professional school Stephanie would attend or explain how raising money would change a professional school's policy of disallowing hijabs. As it turns out, the only ballet school in Sydney which openly offers classes for hijabbed girls is a school started by Stephanie's mom called the Australian Nasheed and Arts Academy. Far from being a professional ballet school, it offers a mishmash of activities, ranging from the martial arts to dance, of course without music, and even public speaking and interfaith dialogues. It's not clear, but it appears that Stephanie either studies here or with a private tutor. However, what is clear is that her mom's school has much more of a dawah mission, meaning proselytizing for the sake of Islam, than a mission to churn out professional ballerinas. In the meantime, a recent documentary titled Desert Dancers tells the true story of a young man named Afshan Ghaffari, who was part of an underground dance movement in Iran. He and his friends practiced ballet in secret because in Iran, dancing is illegal and punishable by imprisonment. If you're sent to Evin prison, one of the most notorious prisons in Iran, you'll likely be tortured, and a long sentence is tantamount to death. Iran, known for its extreme censorship, actually built a firewall so that Iranians were blocked from viewing Baryshnikov doing Swan Lake on the internet, or any other ballet for that matter. Ballet classes are generally held in basements or private homes in Iran, often without music, so as not to alert neighbors to the illicit activities and have them contact the religious police. Afshan and his friends practiced in private to the best of their ability, but they had little formal technique because there's really nobody to teach them there. One young woman overheard him and his friends talking at a coffee shop and joined their group. Her mom had been a professional ballerina prior to 1979. 1979, the Ayatollah Khomeini came in, ushering the Islamic Revolution and strict Sharia law. After that, dancing and singing was outlawed, as was all Western music. Many dancers fled the country. Those who stayed had to find another means of support, despite the fact that they had dedicated their lives to their art. In 2009, during the Green Revolution, hope was in the air. Young people fled to the streets, hoping for regime change and protesting for freedom. Afshan decided that his group should perform. The rehearsals were clandestine, as was the performance, which took place in the desert at a location to be kept secret. Audience members signed up, were picked up by van, and not told the final destination. The desert, not an ideal setting for the rigors of dance, served as both a stage and a protest against the oppressive Iranian regime. At a later date, while filming protests in Iran, Afshan was arrested, along with 30 others. The police beat him mercilessly, telling him that he was a dead man, but eventually he was released. He defected to France and started his own dance company there. As recently as May of 2014, 7 young people in Iran were arrested for making an innocent YouTube video where they danced to the song Happy We Are by Pharrell Williams. They were accused of offending the public morality and ignoring Islamic norms. Other Muslim countries, such as Kuwait, Afghanistan, and Saudi Arabia, also have severe restrictions on dancing, including classical ballet. But even when dancing isn't officially prohibited by law, it's shunned by Islamic clerics and the conservative Islamic community, who might take matters into their own hands. Those who persist are viewed as making a political statement. Female dancers are called whores and sometimes face death threats. Perhaps if Stephanie really wants to achieve harmony and peace, instead of demanding that Westerners change ballet steps, music, and costumes to accommodate Islam, she should work to free those who are under the yoke of Islam so that they can pursue their dreams in freedom and peace. For those of you who don't know a lot about Islam or Sharia, it's really much more than a religion as we know it in the West. It's largely a totalitarian political ideology to which both Muslims and non-Muslims have to submit. It constitutes a whole way of life, including a legal, educational, and financial component, which is to be applied by the government through force of law. Sharia has an inegalitarian legal system, which favors men over women and Muslims over non-Muslims. It has cruel and unusual criminal penalties, including floggings, amputations, and beheadings. It is no respecter of human rights, and it eschews both freedom of religion and freedom of expression. I'm asking you, would you risk your life in order to dance the way Akshan Ghaffarian did in Iran? What does it mean to you to be able to achieve your dreams and pursue your goals and express yourself freely? For those who hear the call, dancing is not just a hobby or something you do after school. In fact, it's not something you do at all. It's something that you are. The next time you take a ballet class or a music lesson or attend a performance, remember not just to appreciate the art, but to give thanks that we live in a country that allows us the freedom to express ourselves every day of our lives. Artistic expression is free expression, and free expression is a human right, because to a true dancer, dancing is freedom. If you appreciated this video and would like to see others like it, please make sure you subscribe to the Glazov Gang YouTube channel and support the Glazov Gang at jamieglazoff.com. Thank you for listening.